Hey guys, it's Mike with Redneck Politics, where real American voices matter. Today I got several things I want to talk to you about. One of them being Miss Good, uh, Renee Good, the 37-year-old mother that was killed in Minneapolis last week by the ICE officer. Um, they had a report that came out. Describing where her gunshot wounds were to her body. Um, they said she had two to her chest, one to her left forearm, and one to the left side of her head. Now, knowing from where he was standing, Ross, the first shot went through the windshield. Probably, most likely, well, it did. It hit her in that chest because she only had one gunshot to the wound. To the head. Could that have killed her? Yes, it very well could have. But there's also been many people who have been shot in the chest several times, multiple times, throughout the whole body that lived. That ain't most cases with everybody else. But you can survive from it. The second gunshot wound to the chest and the forearm. Again, it is something that you can survive from, but it can also kill you. And then there's the third shot. And the third shot, if the first two wasn't a kill shot, that third one was. So even if you justify using deadly force, after Ross shot her the first time, he had stepped maybe a half a step back as the vehicle then started coming around. He fired again. Most likely that's the one that hit her in the arm and then into the chest. And then when she got beside him, and you can see him pointing at at the window, and he shot. That's what hit her inside the head. So I can almost bet you, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not none of this. But if any shot killed her, it was that headshot. So once you made that first shot, and that vehicle is now on its way past you, there's no reason for you to shoot anymore. Do you know the chances of this lady living after she was shot, if she would have gotten the proper medical care quickly? They held off paramedics. And even a doctor, there was a doctor on site saying, I'm a doctor, and they're telling me, stay away. I understand there's concerns about that. I do. But sometimes, man, this woman has been shot, and they know, them ICE agents know, they know damn good and well that woman didn't do nothing to deserve to be fucking shot. Y'all out your rabbit ass minds. But that's what, that is what's happened. And I believe he should be charged with negligent homicide. And the reason why I feel that way is because one shot and she's now passing you. Another shot guarantees she's passed you because now she's right next to you and you put the third cap in there. Listen, that third shot killed that lady. There's a possibility she could have survived those other shots and even could have survived a headshot. There have been people known to do that. But in this situation, you can almost bet that's the way it all ended up being transpired. These guys, I keep hearing about how all the protesters are doing this and the protesters are doing that. The protesters ain't doing nothing but getting out there protesting about the heavy-handedness and the overreach of the president we got in the White House right now that is completely just trying to just destroy this country, all for his own wealth. That's all it's about, wealth. Him wanting to attack Greenland has nothing to do with but money, and that's that Iron Dome thing. He's all hell-bent determined to get that done. you know. But of course, now he's got the connections, because now we're finding out if that is something that happens in the future, it will be Musk. It will be Musk that will be enjoying all the profits, because he'll have the only contract there is. But you know, they're getting out there running around like they are some type of Gestapo, you know, in the 30s and 40s in Germany under Hitler, because they were doing the same exact bullshit. And that was pulling people off the street, harassing them, checking all their papers. That is not the way we here in the United States has conducted law enforcement. I am all for getting, you know, illegal immigrants, and especially the ones that are murderers or rapists, all that, get them the hell out of here. I'm all for that. You've already blocked the border. There's nobody else is coming across that border. So with that being said, why is it such an emergency thing that you got to pack our streets in American cities with ICE agents and wanting to bring our military in to help? And then the damn people that you're hiring for your ICE agents, you ain't even giving them the fucking proper training like anybody else would. And this Ross, he'd been a veteran for 10 years. Yeah. He was also a firearms instructor. Yep. And he was a field supervisor trainee. I'd hate to have that son of a bitch train all of them based on how he reacted, you know, because there was no reason for that woman to have died. The only people that are being assaulted out here is Americans, and they're being assaulted by federal agents. When you can stand in front of a person no more than 4 foot away, and no matter what y'all are talking about, the officer pulls the damn canister out and puts it right in the man's face and pulls that trigger of pepper spray all in his eyes. Why? I mean, are these the type of people that we're hiring? Are they so goddamn soft that they can't take criticism? Because if those are the ones like that, you need to get them on out of there too. You know, and a lot of these guys, you know, it seems like most of them are your older white, you know, guys that's got a fucking chip on their shoulder, and now you done gave them a goddamn get out of jail free card, and they can harass, fight, do whatever they want, and get their frustrations and never be charged for breaking the law, because they're all breaking the law, every one of them. But now he wants to put the governor, Waltz, and he wants to put the mayor in jail. The dude is he's non-fucking stop. He keeps threatening this Insurrection Act. I don't know where he was when they was passing out brain cells, because to listen to him talk January 6th was a loving family tourist day. It was all peaceful. Every one of them. The only people who wasn't peaceful was the police. Yep. And he pardoned all 1,500 of them. He wants to call our protesters the same thing. Get the fuck out of here. And he knows it. He knows it. He's grasping at any fucking straw he can to do what he can, to get away with what he can. He's got so much going on now. I don't even know how the hell he keeps score, honestly. The same with Greenland. You know, that's not going to go over. Well, it's not going over real well. Most of your allies are you know, our allies, part of NATO, are saying, you know, we're not going to let you do this. to Trump, we're not going to let you do this and idly stand by and do nothing. You know, we are NATO. We swore to protect each and every country to help defend those countries. And now we're sitting in a position where our president of the United States is making threats to allied nations, and now even in trying to raise tariffs on them to punish them. Man, you know, we've had Greenland forever. I mean, we don't own it. Denmark does, but they have pretty much gave us the rights to do anything we want on it for years. At one time, I think we had 14, 15 bases there, you know, and I'm sure that there's a lot more that can be done there, and there's a lot of things that can be learned. I mean, there's a whole broad spectrum of things that Greenland you can benefit from, you know. But come on, man, you can't be threatening our allies. You know, you can't be threatening another country. We're just going to take it from you because we're one of the largest militaries in the world. We're not bullies, or at least not till Trump got voted in, you know. We don't need these problems with NATO. And, you know, right now, China and Russia sitting back just watching it and laughing their ass off. Because I'm going to tell you right now, with what he did with Venezuela and what he's trying to do right now with Greenland, well, hell, then why can't China go ahead and take Taiwan? Huh? Why can't they do that? It was their part of their own country. It still technically is, but we're telling the China, you are not going to attack Taiwan. We will defend it to the hilt. But yet, we're doing the same thing that you're trying to tell China not to do. You're trying to tell Putin, your buddy. He attacked Ukraine, and he's still in Ukraine. And I guess what he's waiting on, Trump, he's waiting on you to make good on Greenland, because when you do that, then he's going to make y'all. I know what's going to happen. Y'all going to make a deal. Then you leave Greenland alone. We'll deal with that. And Russia, you can have Ukraine. That is the type of underhanded dealing that you got in this country right now with our government. And there are things that have got to change, because if they do not change, it's just going to keep getting worse until we have a point where we just basically go right into a civil war. I have no idea. I have no idea what to even think. I don't even want to think that far. We have a wonderful country. Our country is wonderful. And I want everybody to be able to experience how wonderful our country is. Of course, you have to do it the right way. If you come over here to this country illegal, you're going to get your ass shipped back, and it's going to be a certain time or a certain point it's going to come to where you're not even going to be able to come back over here ever again, you know. But there are ways into this country. People have been doing it for 100 years. Do you not think we're not ancestors to immigrants that moved here? I mean, that's all America is. You know, but for hundreds and hundreds of years, we have brought this country to where we're at. And now we got one bad apple, a fucking rogue president that thinks his well-being and who he is more important. I'm going to tell you one other thing before I let you go, because I do have a lot of things to say, but I'm trying to kind of meter it out on different videos here. But we all know about Maduro. We all know that Trump went in there and took Maduro out. And everybody thought, oh, well, that's for the regime change. You know, that's part of it. Well, I don't think it ever was, because they still got the same regime in there. It's just now it's the vice president that was under Maduro who's running the country now with, I guess, that War Department guy, Heck Seth, and that right there is crazy in itself. But this is where I'm going with it. Remember, Trump has been preaching and preaching. He wants the Nobel Peace Prize. He thinks he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize now. He thinks he's done enough for our world and our country and all that. He deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, folks, let me tell you something. That Nobel Peace Prize is made for people who fucking earn it. That's who. People that do good things and don't try to hurt others or other countries. Trump is not that way. Trump will say, well, I've stopped 7 wars, so I need the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, you did, but you son of a bitch, you started 7 more. So, but you know, that lady she had ran against Machado. Her name's Machado. She ran against Maduro. She won, but Maduro wouldn't give up the seat. And, you know, he has held it since then. And that's been some of the rift because we know that they had a fair election and this man lost, yet he is staying in there and we're not having that, right? Wrong. We take Maduro out. We put his vice president running the country. And Miss Machado, who won the presidency, is now, you know, she ain't got a pot to piss in. But you know what she did do? She won that Nobel Peace Prize. Yes, she sure did. She won it. And then she turned around and gave it to Trump. That's the damnedest thing I ever heard. And this was what makes it even worse is that this man accepts it like he did something to earn it. I don't even see how he could take it. How do you lay down at fucking night and sleep? And I know why Machado gave it to him. She gave it to him because she's scoring her some brownie points because now that Maduro's out, all right, she's the one that won it, so let's put her in there. That ain't what Trump's doing. Even after she gave him the Nobel Peace Prize. So does that tell you what a son of a bitch he is? Think about this, people. Think about it. The Pope wins the Nobel Peace Prize and he gives it to you. And you take it home and show it off to all your people as if you've done something to earn it. How could you even sleep at night, even taking it? I mean, it ain't like we ain't finding out shit on Trump every day. You still got more coming out, you know, on this Epstein files. But one thing we do have is we have the 2026 midterms coming up. And I believe that that's when we're going to take back the House. And I would love to snatch up the Senate too. But that will make Trump that lame duck, you know. And he won't be able to get, you know, nothing done because it has to go through the Democrats, or at least one part of it, whether they have the House or whether they have the Senate. But that's part of your guardrail there. That's why we need that midterm win, and we're gonna get it. I mean, I believe that we're gonna win by big numbers, you know. But the main thing is, guys, is encourage folks to go vote, especially those ones that has never voted before. In our day and time, it is really getting important that we do these things. Because if we don't, I mean, slowly but surely, they'll erode away our elections until it gets to a point there is no more. Then what do we do? You know, America, number one, ain't gonna have it, man. We're sick of this bullshit. We're sick of putting people in the Congress up there, or even in the White House. And all they do, they got more infighting going on with those. I mean, they're not hardly ever are you getting anything good, positive feedback coming from both parties that they've gotten together and they're going to do something good for the American folks, you know. But in that big, beautiful bill, you know, Trump done cut fucking, 800 million in Medicaid and 200 million in SNAP. These are families. These are your lower income families. These are kids, man. Some of them, you know, they don't get to eat like your ass does, you know. But Trump has no shame. Trump has no shame. He don't give a damn. All he cares about is Trump and his family. And in this presidency alone, never seen anything like it before with them. I mean, as of right now, since Trump's been back in the White House, you know, they've made $4 to $5 billion, man. Could you imagine if that was Obama that did that? Or even Biden did that? You know, I'm not saying everybody's squeaky clean. I'm not saying anything like that. But it's a damn big jump from Hunter Biden, you know, getting 5 million or something like that to this. There's a big difference. Well, guys, like I said, I got a lot more stuff that's going to be coming your way. I was out of town for a couple of days, so I apologize that I didn't get to do anything then, but I had a good time. I hope your family is well. I hope y'all are safe. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, you know, holiday. But if you like this type of material, please hit that alert bell, hit the like, and hit that subscribe. I do this by myself. I have no team. I don't have no sponsorship. I don't make no money. Nobody gives me anything. I do this because I want to do it. I love doing it. And I want to bring you the facts. Because nowadays you hear all these, even in the news media nowadays, you won't get all the truth because they're so damn scared Trump's going to sue them or something, you know. But keep tuning in here, man. So hit that subscribe button for me and hear all what I got to say. But we appreciate it. Much love. Peace. Y'all be good. See you the next time.